Hi everyone, it's Saturday, January the 22nd, 2011 or 2011, but that was too many 20s in one sentence for me to be able to say. It's quite early in the morning, well it's not early, but it's early for a weekend, and I'm raring to go with this video. So this video is called Geek Talk Mac Pro. This is my first ever Geek Talk video. It's a new idea that I came up with to basically every now and again, say if I get a new Apple product or any new product, that I can just put Geek Talk dash whatever the product is and just rant on about the product, which is what I'm going to do in this video about the Mac Pro. So before I waste any more time, let me get on to the Mac Pro. I don't want to make this video too long because everyone knows what a Mac Pro is all about. I mean, it's a Mac Pro and you can hardly say any more about it, but what I want to do first is just go through the story behind why I've got it, how I got it, what I sold to get it and all that stuff, because I think a lot of you guys, not a lot of you, but maybe a few of you are a little bit, you know, kind of on the ticked off side of things, because this channel was always very nice and PowerPC based and, you know, do things as easily as we can and as cheaply as we can. But after you've heard my story, I think you'll understand. So, it all started off when I bought this video camera because I didn't do my research properly. Now, this video camera, along with many others, recording something called AVC HD. It's fairly new and it's pretty sweet. So, I knew about AVC HD, but I didn't know that it didn't work with PowerPC Macs. So when I got my camera, I plugged it in, went into Final Cut, Log and Transfer, little dialog box came up. AVC HD is not supported on this architecture. I couldn't believe it. And that was a pain. So all of my YouTube videos, from when I got the camera until now, do you know what I've had to do to get them up? I've had to import the footage on my MacBook, which took forever because it's a fairly demanding process. I then had to convert all the footage so that it would work on my G5, transfer it over to my G5 and then edit it. I lost a lot of quality, I lost a lot of time. I used to devote half a day to making a YouTube video. So by the time I'd made 2 or 3 YouTube videos this way, I decided, look, I really need an Intel Mac. Along with the fact that more and more apps were being dropped in support, latest updates of apps, and the fact that, you know, Lion is being talked about now, coming out in the summer, and it's the second OS that won't run on PowerPC Macs. So I thought, right, it's time to move on. My PowerMac G5 was from 2004. We were in 2010 when I came up with this idea. You know, 6 years, I think it's done a good service. So, why did I choose to get a Mac Pro? Well, there was no other Mac out there which I could get. If I wanted Intel, then I'd have to get a Mac Pro. Why? Well, because I simply want more than one hard disk. I mean, iMacs are amazing. You get an amazing display, and I did consider iMacs. I considered everything. But I have a nice display, as you all know. I don't need another display. And I can't easily swap out hard drives. I can't put 4 hard drives in it. Can't even put 2 full-size hard drives in it. So the iMac is a great machine, but for what I want, not good. Can't do it. Would not want to run anything permanently externally. I like to have everything internal and then external just for backup and the odd random bit and bob. I wanted one drive for my iTunes library and OS and one drive for my video editing drive and another drive for Windows so I could play Windows games. So iMac off the list. Mac Mini, no can do. You know, you can get the server one, but then you don't get the optical drive. And I know optical drives are sort of becoming less popular, but I still use an optical drive one hell of a lot. Could go externally, but again, more external stuff to buy, it's just not convenient. So I thought, right, Mac Pro. So off I go to the Apple website and look at the Mac Pros. Cheapest, what was it back then? £1,999. I was like, what? Where the hell am I going to get £2,000? So, scrap that idea. I'm not getting a Mac Pro off the Apple website. I look on eBay and I see these little nice, I always looked at them and thought, yeah, that's really nice. I could really, really use that. And that is the 2006-2007 Mac Pro at either 2.66 gigahertz quad or 3 gigahertz quad. Scrumpymacs.net refurbishes them, post them on eBay or on their website, and sell them for quite a good price considering the warranty you get. I mean, you get a terabyte hard drive, you get 4 gigs of RAM, and you get your keyboard and your mouse and blah blah blah. Quite nice spec machines. I'd be paying about £1,200 for something like that, which I thought was fairly decent. So this is what I was aiming for. Now I wanted to buy this before Christmas. I wanted to buy my 2006-2007 Mac Pro before Christmas. So I sold my MacBook and my G5 to people locally, which is fantastic. Then I sold my Macintosh SE on eBay, which is incredibly rare in this country. So for the total of those three things, I got roughly around £1,000, which is a very nice figure to be able to hold in your hands in cash, ready to buy a Mac Pro. And then I worked a few more shifts, I gained a bit more money, and I was getting to the point where I could buy a 2.66 gigahertz Mac Pro. But you know what, I thought, hang on a minute. The 2006 Mac Pro is only 2 years newer than my G5. If I'm paying over £1,000 for a Mac, I want extreme, future-proofing. And I thought, if I'm going for the 2006-2007, the least I could do is aim for the 3 gigahertz model. So that was a little bit more money. So I was saving up and saving up again. And then next thing you know it, eBay goes straight down because of Christmas. Not many people list over Christmas, which is extremely understandable. So I then had Christmas, enjoyed my Christmas, and I got Christmas money. So after I had this Christmas money, and I'd worked a few more shifts over Christmas again, I had enough money to buy a 3 gigahertz 2007 Mac Pro. Sorted. I was ready to go online, click, buy. But I thought, let's have one last scroll through the Mac Pros. And then I found my one. 8 core, 2008, 2.8 gigahertz for £1,375. Whoa, what a steal. It was pick up only. He lived miles away from me. I messaged this guy, I said, look, I'm dying to have your Mac. Can I arrange my own courier? He said, yeah, sure, I'll pack it up, no worries. And look, I'm sitting here, I've got the Mac, including postage. It cost me around £1,450 because the insurance was so high on the postage, because of the value of the actual package itself and the weight of it. But I've got an amazing Mac. It's absolutely amazing. Now that's the story behind the Mac Pro. So nobody can shout at me anymore for you're ditching your G5 and I can't believe you're getting an 8-core Mac Pro. Blah, blah, blah. Guys, it was luck. And if you look around eBay enough, no matter what you want to buy, you will find luck. You've seen how many deals I've got on this channel. I do get very lucky, but so does everyone else. If you look hard enough, you will get lucky as well. I mean, for example, I was looking at Mac Pros the other day because I like scrolling down the 2008 one saying, yeah, I got a better deal than that. I got a better deal than that. It just makes me feel good inside. And I was scrolling around the place and it had a bit of damage on it, but for buy it now £950, there was a 2007 3 gigahertz Mac Pro and it had 6 gigs of RAM in it. And that was £950, I think. And obviously that went straight away. So the deals are out there, guys. The deals really are out there. Now then, moving on to the Mac Pro itself. I'm going to hurry this video along a little bit, guys, because time issues and whatnot. But performance. Now, I look at performance in two ways. I look at general sort of consumer, I guess you could say, usability. Then I look at the pro stuff. So let's start off with the first one that I mentioned. People always say to me, look how fast my Mac is. I can open so-and-so app in 2 bounces of the dock icon, and I can start up in 8 seconds and whatever. Now, this is impressive stuff, and it does improve the workflow of your day, I guess, if you've got fast apps opening quickly and stuff. But it doesn't show the power of the computer. Now, a good example of this is when you go into the Apple Store and you play with the 12-core Mac Pros and you click on iTunes and it takes 5 bounces for it to open up. But if you export a video, it's not even going to come close to any other Mac out there. So, while browsing around the actual OS itself, opening apps, clicking on stuff, just doing general stuff, it is very quick. Very, very quick, and you don't get any lag at all. And you look at the CPUs, and you can't even see the little thingies on them. It's just great. So that's really good. But in my opinion, that's not really relevant. What I'm interested in is rendering, exporting, compressing, encoding, all this stuff that really, really shows off your system. Now let me give you a few ideas. I'm not going to go too in depth. But to export a 720p 10-minute video for YouTube from my G5, from footage recorded from this camera, it used to take me about 3 hours on the G5 to export in 720p full quality. Mac Pro, 25 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 25 minutes, something around there. It just goes really quick. And you know what the best thing about it is? My G5, when it was exporting, you couldn't use it. You had to dedicate the entire computer just to exporting. The Mac Pro, it can be exporting. It's using 85% of its CPU and going really quickly, and you're just still browsing around the internet, and you can play games over the top of exporting a video. It just does stuff at the same time, and it's crazy. I was exporting my unboxing video, and I just installed Half-Life 2. I played Half-Life 2 while exporting my unboxing video. That's really crazy. I wouldn't have even dreamed of anything like that on the G5, and Half-Life 2 didn't even run on the G5. So, yeah, amazing. Another thing that used to take yonks on the G5 and even on the MacBook was ripping DVDs. Now that's a kind of task that I used to leave running overnight. I want to rip a DVD, I go to bed when it's ripping, and it's pretty much done by the morning. Mac Pro, last night I was on my computer for about 2.5 hours just sitting there. I ripped 3 DVDs. And I didn't rip them continuously, one after the other. I was, adding them to iTunes, adding all the metadata, and guys, ripping a DVD on my Mac Pro, depending on the length of the film, anywhere from 20 minutes to 45 minutes. Harry Potter films, which are long films, take 45 minutes. I've had short films take 20 minutes. Guys, whoa, absolutely amazing. It used to take hours and hours and hours, and it used to slam out the CPU on my G5 and on my MacBook. So that is much quicker. I can just rip all my DVDs now. I'm just constantly ripping DVDs, just putting all my DVDs on my Mac, because that's something I've always wanted to do but never could do. And another quick category that I want to talk about, that gives you an idea of the speed. It's extremely fast. I can't say it anymore. But upgrades. Let's first start off with an obvious one, is RAM. It's got 4 gigs of 800 megahertz DDR2 RAM in it at the moment. It could do with a RAM upgrade, to be quite honest with you. I think the system deserves more RAM. So what I'll be doing is buying a kit of 2 4GB sticks, and that'll bring my total up to 12 gigs. That'll be 4 1GB sticks that's already in it, and 2 4GB sticks. And I'll have 12 gigs then, and that's probably what I'll stick for with a very long time. The kit is quite cheap. I think it's about £200 for something like that. I think that's global memory. The reason I'm buying 4GB sticks is for, again, future-proofing. If you go around buying 1GB or 2GB sticks and you fill up all your RAM slots, you will have to take out sticks to put new sticks in, which goes against the grain a little bit. So if I ever want 32 gigs in my Mac Pro 3 or 4 years down the line, I'll be able to do that because I'm putting 4GB sticks in it. So yeah, that's the RAM. Hard drives, I've got 640 gig for my OS and iTunes, and 1 terabyte for my video editing drive. My video editing drive is going to fill up a lot quicker than my OS drive, for obvious reasons. So what I will then be doing is purchasing a 2TB drive for my video editing drive, and then using my 1TB for my system and iTunes. And that'll be nice because my 1TB drive is a Western Digital Caviar Black with 64 megs of cache, the newest model, so it'll go super fast as an OS disk, which would be really nice. And then I'll use the 640 gig drive for Windows 7 Ultimate 64-bit, which I've actually got. I'll get around to installing it once I've got the hard drive situation sorted out. I hope to have both of those upgrades done by Easter. That would be really nice. But at the moment, I'm still paying off debt because I had to lend a little bit of money for the postage and whatnot. Then final upgrade thing I want to say, oh by the way, I'll be buying a quick USB 2.0 PCI card because I kind of need that because I haven't got enough USB ports. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. It's just a simple, you know, £10–15 card. Then I'll be buying, probably in the summer or after the summer, a graphics card upgrade. Probably a 5770. The X1900 is a good card. It's got 512 megs of VRAM, but this Mac again deserves a lot better. Gaming wise, if I'm interested in doing modern gaming on Windows with DirectX 11 and God knows what, I want a new video card. So the good thing about that is at the moment Apple offer the 5770 for £200. Now I'd only have to pay £100 because I can sell my X1900 on eBay for about £100 to £120 because it's a card that's in demand for users of the 2006 Mac Pro, which are stuck with that stupid 7800 GT or 7300 GT or whatever it is. But anyway, that is my Mac Pro video, guys. You might want to watch it over again because I've been talking really quickly. Hope I haven't confused anyone. Hope I've cleared a few things up. If you've got any questions, please ask them in the comments down below. Please stay tuned for the next video, which might be related to the Mac Pro, might not, but I do plan on doing more videos about the Mac Pro. It's running great. I love it to bits. Oh, and one final thing. It's absolutely silent. The only thing I can hear in it is a video card fan. I can't even hear the hard disks. It's absolutely silent. It's gorgeous. My G5 used to rev up every time I did something demanding. This just sits there. You can't hardly hear it. Amazing. So guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.